Hi, Teresa McGallicher from the Miracles Tribe. In this video, I want to share with you my experience with a past life regression. 17 years ago, I was in Virginia Beach and I visited the Association for Research and Enlightenment, the ARE, which is an organization that was founded by Edgar Cayce, the psychic, and his family to support and encourage the study of metaphysics. In fact, they have the largest metaphysical library in the world there. And they also have a spa for treatment and carrying out the remedies that were suggested in the Edgar Cayce readings. And they do craniosacral therapy and lymphatic massage and all kinds of things, including past life regression. So my therapist led me into a dimly lit room, and I laid down fully clothed on a table like a massage table while she sat in the corner and led me through a hypnotic regression, which included imagining myself in an elevator, and I counted backwards from 10 to 1 as I pictured myself going down floor by floor through different ages of my life, through my childhood, down to my birth and beyond. And then she asked me to describe what I saw or what I felt. Well, I'm not a very visual person, but I did suddenly have an overwhelming feeling of sadness. And I actually said to her, I'm feeling extremely sad now, and I don't know why. And she had a box of tissues at the ready for me. Apparently this happens often during past life regressions. And I cried and cried. And then I had a sense that I was a female living in maybe Greek or Roman ancient times, dressed in a long white sort of toga. I couldn't really see myself, but when I looked down, I felt like I could see leather sandals on my feet. And I knew that I had been deeply in love with a young man from my village and that he had to leave. I don't know if he went off to war or why he left, but I do know that I waited and waited for him. I never wanted to be involved with anyone else. I had pledged myself to him, and I waited patiently for his return. And during all of that time, my entire life, I never married, I never had children, and I never had fun. I never allowed myself to enjoy that lifetime or to engage in any sort of activities with friends that would bring me joy because I was so sad that this man was missing from my life. And then she asked me to go to the end of that lifetime and tell her what happened. And what I saw was that I was an elderly woman. I had lived a long time as a spinster, and I was sitting on a bench, and then I finally made my transition. And I had this sense that holding myself back from happiness and joy had been my greatest fault, my greatest mistake in that lifetime, that I could have enjoyed life. I could have made the choice to enjoy life and to do things that were fun with others, but I made the sacrifice of that in some way, thinking that it was loyalty towards my beloved and that was called for, but it wasn't. Then I had a vision of a sculpture that I wanted to build. I have not built it yet to this day. I'm not really an artist, but it was called the Heart of Joy, and it was a sort of wire encased, like chicken wire encased heart filled with gemstones or colored glass of many different colors on a pole. And later on, my mother-in-law found something very similar. I had not told her about this vision that I had, but she found something very similar that someone had designed and showcased in a magazine, and she ripped the page out and gave it to me and said, I thought this might interest you. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is my vision brought to life, except for the picture had plain pebbles and stones in it instead of colored glass. So that was my experience with past life regression, and I don't know if I really lived that lifetime or not, but certainly the feeling was very strong, and I saw how I had been repeating that pattern in this lifetime, where I truly believed that loyalty involved sacrifice and involved seriousness and involves sadness. And I think this is one of the reasons that the spiritual practice of A Course in Miracles resonated so deeply with me, because the Course says that God's will for you is perfect happiness, and God wants you to be happy. And I came to realize that I was the one who was making myself unhappy. No one around me ever made me unhappy, and I didn't need to be unhappy because circumstances were a certain way. I had believed for many years that I couldn't be happy if I was single. I couldn't be happy if I didn't make a certain amount of money. I couldn't be happy unless I had a certain lifestyle. And then I finally realized that none of those things were true, that I could choose again and choose to be happy in any given moment, regardless of external circumstances. And then what I found was once I made the conscious decision to feel joy, everything I ever wanted came to me. So when I made the decision to be happy as a single woman, regardless of my relationship status, suddenly a young, handsome guy proposed. And I got married and had kids. And it happened so easily and effortlessly with no struggle on my part, no trying at all. It was almost as if the universe delivered this wonderful husband to me on a silver platter because I had decided I could be happy without him. So that's what I have to share with you today. I hope this has been of interest to you. I would love it if you would subscribe to our Miracles Tribe newsletter at www.miraclestribe.com for more miraculous stories, and I'll see you next time.